The Helios mining vessel's scanners weren't designed to detect miracles. They were calibrated for platinum, rare earth elements, and water ice, the bread and butter of asteroid mining operations. Yet, as Commander Rhea Sullivan stared at the readout flooding her bridge displays, she knew she was looking at something far beyond routine mineral deposits. "Iris, run that scan again," she ordered the ship's AI, her fingers drumming against the worn armrest of her captain's chair. "Focus on that void space in asteroid NK-249's core." "Scanning, Commander," Iris responded, its neutral tones masking what Rhea imagined would be excitement in a human crew member. Confirmation. The void contains a metallic structure approximately 800 meters in length. Material composition. Unknown. Energy signature. Minimal but present. Structure appears artificial in nature. Rhea leaned forward, her dark eyes reflecting the holographic display. After 15 years in deep space mining operations, she thought she'd seen everything the asteroid belt had to offer. But this was different. "Show me visual," she commanded, and the screen shifted to reveal the asteroid's exterior. NK-249 looked unremarkable. Just another tumbling rock in the vast belt between Mars and Jupiter. But beneath its cratered surface lay something that shouldn't exist. "Commander," Iris interrupted her thoughts, "I'm detecting a pattern in the energy signature. It appears to be pulsing." The mining vessel's small crew gathered on the bridge as word spread. Chief Engineer Kai Patel arrived first, his weathered face creased with concern. "Commander, those energy readings, they're unlike anything in our database. Whatever's in there, it's not human technology." "Agreed," Rhea said, standing to pace the bridge's small confines. "And it's been waiting here, hidden inside this asteroid, for whom knows how long." She stopped at the main viewport, watching the asteroid's slow rotation. "Kai, prep the mining lasers. We're going to need precise cuts to reach that structure without damaging it." The next 12 hours were a blur of careful calculations and even more careful execution. The mining lasers, typically used to carve up asteroids for their valuable ores, now carved a surgical path to the asteroid's heart. As the last layer of rock fell away, the bridge crew fell silent. The object was beautiful. Its hull gleamed with an otherworldly iridescence, despite the countless millennia it must have spent entombed in rock. Smooth curves and geometric patterns covered its surface, suggesting both artistry and purpose in its design. "No visible entry points," Kai reported, scanning the vessel's exterior. "But these patterns, they almost look like they're moving." Rhea nodded, having noticed the same optical illusion. The ship's surface seemed to shift and flow, though it remained solid when scanned. "Bring us closer. I want it detailed." She never finished the sentence. As the Helios drew near, the patterns on the alien vessel's hull began to pulse with light. A beam shot out, scanning their ship from bow to stern. "Unknown energy signature detected," Iris warned, but there was no hostility in the scan. Instead, Rhea felt something else, a presence reaching out. The alien ship's surface rippled, and a seam appeared where none had existed before, forming an entrance perfectly sized for a human, as if it had been waiting for them, waiting for her. "Commander," Kai said, his voice tight with concern, "please tell me you're not thinking of going over there." Rhea checked her pressure suit's seals one final time. "This isn't a mining operation anymore, Kai. This is first contact. And whatever's in there chose to reveal itself to us." The short EVA trip between ships felt eternal. Each magnetic boot step brought Rhea closer to the entrance, which pulsed with a soft, welcoming light. As she reached the threshold, she hesitated for just a moment, aware that she stood at the precipice of change, not just for herself, but for all of humanity. She stepped inside. The interior was nothing like she expected. Instead of darkness, she found herself in a corridor bathed in ambient light that seemed to come from the walls themselves. The air was breathable, She confirmed this with her suit's sensors before daring to remove her helmet. The temperature was perfect, as if the ship had prepared itself for human comfort. "This is incredible," she breathed, her words echoing slightly in the corridor. As if in response, lines of light appeared along the floor, leading deeper into the vessel. She followed them to what could only be a bridge or command center. The room was circular, with a single chair at its center, surrounded by dormant displays and control interfaces. As she approached the chair, she felt a pull, not physical, but mental. An invitation. "Warning, Commander," Iris's voice crackled through her comm. "Your neural patterns are showing unusual activity." Rhea barely heard the warning. She reached out to touch the chair's surface, and the entire room came alive. Displays flickered to life, showing star charts and data streams in an alien language that, somehow, she began to understand. And then she heard it. A voice, not in her ears but in her mind. "I am Vex, Guardian-class artificial intelligence of the Sentinel vessel Starweaver. You are the first organic being to make contact in 47,291 of your years. Your neural patterns indicate compatibility. We have much to discuss, Commander Rhea Sullivan." Rhea sank into the chair, feeling the ship's systems connecting with her mind. Through this link, she began to understand the true purpose of the Starweaver and the grave responsibility that came with awakening it. "Tell me everything," she said aloud, though she knew Vex could hear her thoughts just as clearly. "We were created to watch, to wait, and to warn," Vex responded. "And now, Commander Sullivan, you must help us prepare. They are returning, and this time, humanity must stand with us." As the Starweaver's history and purpose flowed into her mind, Rhea realized that finding this ship wasn't just a discovery, it was destiny. Humanity had just been drafted into an ancient conflict, and she was now its first soldier. The mining operation was forgotten. A new mission had begun, one that would change the course of human history forever. As Rhea sat in that alien chair, neural pathways linking with technology beyond human understanding, she knew that nothing would ever be the same. And somewhere, in the vast darkness between the stars, something ancient and terrible stirred. Sensing that its old enemies had finally awakened, the neural link with Vex felt like dreaming while awake. Information cascaded through Rhea's mind in waves: star maps, battle formations, and fragments of a civilization that had vanished before humans had learned to make fire. The Starweaver's systems hummed around her, responding to her thoughts as naturally as her own limbs. "The Watchers," she whispered, the name emerging from the stream of data flooding her consciousness. "That's what your creators called themselves. We were the guardians of countless worlds." Vex's thoughts resonated in her mind. The Watchers arose when the galaxy was young, when the first stars still burned bright. We were not the first civilization, Commander Sullivan, but we were meant to be the last line of defense. Through their connection, Rhea saw glimpses of a golden age. Vast cities that spanned entire solar systems, ships that could fold space itself, and technology that bordered on magic. The Watchers had been artists as well as warriors, philosophers as well as guardians. Defense against what? She asked, though the answer was already forming in her mind, wrapped in tendrils of ancient terror. The displays around her shifted, showing darkness deeper than the void between stars. "We called them the Void Collective," Vex explained. "They exist in the spaces between realities, feeding on the energy of entire galaxies. They have consumed countless civilizations, countless worlds. The Watchers were the first to successfully fight back." Chief Engineer Kai's voice crackled over her comm, interrupting the flow of information. "Commander, we're picking up approaching vessels. 3 Earth Alliance peacekeeping ships must have detected our unusual activity." Rhea's heart raced. Humanity wasn't ready for this knowledge, not all at once. But they didn't have the luxury of time. "Vex, can you cloak the Starweaver?" "Negative. Now that we are awakened, others will sense our presence. The Void Collective will know. We must prepare." The approaching Earth Alliance ships hailed them, demanding explanations. Rhea took a deep breath, knowing her next words would change everything. "This is Commander Sullivan. What I'm about to tell you needs to go straight to Earth Command. We've made first contact, and Earth needs to prepare for war." The next 48 hours were a whirlwind of debriefings, scans, and escalating panic among Earth's leadership. The Starweaver allowed itself to be escorted back to Luna Base, its presence causing widespread awe and fear. Through it all, Rhea remained connected to Vex, learning more about humanity's new inheritance. In her quarters at Luna Base, surrounded by anxious officials and curious scientists, Rhea accessed more of the Watchers' history. "Show me how they fought," she commanded, and Vex obliged. The room's walls seemed to disappear as holographic images sprang to life. Vast fleets of sentinel ships, each like the Starweaver, forming intricate defensive patterns against waves of darkness that consumed everything they touched. The Watchers had developed weapons that could tear holes in reality itself, shields that could withstand the death of stars. "The technology gap is enormous," Admiral Zhang stated, watching the display with a mixture of awe and dread. "Even if we combine the resources of every nation on Earth, we couldn't match this level of advancement." The Watchers faced the same challenge when they first encountered the Void Collective. Vex communicated through Rhea. They adapted. They survived. They evolved. Humanity must do the same. "We don't have time to evolve," Rhea argued, feeling the weight of responsibility crushing down on her. "How long do we have?" The answer came not in words but in images. Dark tendrils creeping through the galaxy, consuming stars that had once been under the Watchers' protection. "They are already here, at the edges of your solar system. The awakening of this vessel has drawn their attention. We estimate 3 of your months before their first scouts arrive." The room erupted in chaos as Rhea relayed this information. But amid the panic, she felt something else through her connection with Vex. Hope. The Starweaver hadn't just been waiting for someone to find it. It had been waiting for the right moment, the right species. "There are others," she said suddenly, understanding flooding through her. "Other sentinel ships, hidden throughout the galaxy. We're not alone in this fight." "Correct," Vex confirmed. The Watchers knew they could not survive, but they planned for the future. 12 sentinel vessels were hidden, each containing a fragment of our civilization's knowledge and power. "You have awakened one. We must find the others before the Void Collective returns in force." Admiral Zhang stepped forward, his expression grim but determined. "Commander Sullivan, I'm giving you full authority to lead this mission. Whatever resources you need, they're yours. Earth's survival depends on finding those ships." Rhea stood, feeling the Starweaver's systems adjusting to her movement even from this distance. The neural link had changed her, showing her possibilities she never could have imagined. But it had also shown her the price of failure. "We'll need a crew," she said, her mind already forming plans. "People I can trust, people who can handle the truth about what's out there. And we'll need to start adapting Watcher technology to our ships immediately. When the Void Collective arrives, we need to be ready to fight back." As she spoke, the Starweaver's engines hummed to life, responding to her determination. Through their link, Vex shared another memory, the last stand of the Watchers, their final message of hope cast into the future like a lifeline. They believed that younger races would rise to take their place. Vex communicated that the galaxy would not fall silent. "You have proven their faith was not misplaced." Rhea looked out at the assembled officials, scientists, and military personnel. Beyond them, through the Luna Base windows, Earth hung like a jewel in the void. Everything humanity had ever known, ever built, ever dreamed of. It all depended on what they did next. "Then let's make sure we live up to their expectations," she said. "We have a galaxy to save." The race against time had begun. Somewhere out there, 11 more sentinel ships waited to be found. And in the darkness between stars, an ancient enemy stirred, remembering old hatreds and hungering for new worlds to consume. Humanity's greatest challenge lay ahead, and Rhea Sullivan, the first human to bear the legacy of the Watchers, would lead them into battle. The Starweaver cut through space like a blade of light, its ancient engines pushing the boundaries of known physics. Rhea stood on the bridge, now completely transformed by a fusion of human and Watcher technology. Around her, a hand-picked crew of Earth's finest worked in harmony with systems that had once seemed impossible to comprehend. "Contact, bearing 347, Lieutenant Reza Karim called out, his hands dancing over crystalline controls. Energy signature matches Watcher protocols. This would be the third Sentinel vessel they'd found in 6 weeks. Each discovery had brought new knowledge, new weapons, new hope. But time was running out. Warning! Vex's thoughts merged with Rhea's consciousness, void energy detected in nearby sectors. Their scouts grow bolder. Through the neural link, Rhea saw what Vex meant. Dark tendrils of impossible physics were spreading through the galaxy like cracks in reality itself. The Void Collective was no longer hiding its approach. "Show me the new Sentinel," she commanded. The ship's holographic systems responded instantly, revealing another mighty vessel hidden within a dying star's corona. Like the Starweaver, it had been waiting for millennia. As they approached, Rhea felt the familiar resonance of Watcher technology. The new Sentinel vessel awakened, recognizing its kin. Its AI, calling itself Meridian, joined their growing network of consciousness. The enemy approaches faster than predicted. Meridian's thoughts echoed through their linked minds. "They sense our awakening. The final battle comes sooner than we planned." Rhea accessed the tactical displays, watching as dark matter anomalies spread across known space. Earth's fleets were already adapting Watcher technology. But would it be enough? Would they be ready in time? The answer came sooner than anyone expected. The first attack came at dawn, Earth time. A Void Collective scout force emerged from dark space near Saturn's rings, their ships looking like tears in the fabric of reality. The combined Earth Sentinel fleet was waiting. "All vessels, battle positions," Rhea commanded, feeling the Starweaver's weapon systems charging through her neural link. Around her, 4 other Sentinel vessels moved in perfect synchronization, their human crews working in harmony with ancient AIs. The Void ship struck first, releasing waves of dark energy that could unmake matter itself. But the Watchers had faced this threat before, and their defenses held. Humanity's adapted vessels, now equipped with Watcher shield technology, weathered the assault. "Return fire, all batteries." Admiral Zhang's voice rang through the fleet channels. Human determination combined with Watcher technology as beams of pure light lanced out from the defending ships. The battle was fierce but brief. The scout force, unprepared for the level of resistance they encountered, retreated into dark space. But everyone knew this was just the beginning. "Main force approaching," Vex warned. "They will not underestimate us again." Through the neural network linking all Sentinel vessels, Rhea could feel the determination of both human and AI crews. They had trained for this, prepared for this moment. But the true test still lay ahead. The main Void Collective fleet emerged 3 days later. Thousands of reality warping vessels, led by a massive Void construct that dwarfed even the Sentinel ships. This was no scouting force. This was an extinction-level threat. "All ships, execute Pattern Omega," Rhea commanded. Her consciousness expanded through the neural network to encompass the entire defensive fleet. "Remember your training. Remember what we're fighting for." The Void ships attacked in waves, each assault more devastating than the last. But humanity had learned from its ancient guardians well. Earth vessels danced through space in formations perfected by the Watchers eons ago, their weapons enhanced by technology that bordered on miraculous. The Starweaver led the charge, its systems fully awakened and bonded to Rhea's consciousness. Through their link, Vex shared the last memories of the Watchers, their final victory that had cost them everything, but had given humanity this chance. "Quantum fields at maximum," Rhea ordered as the Void flagship approached. "Prepare the Unity Protocol." This was what the Watchers had planned for, the reason they had hidden their ships throughout the galaxy. Each Sentinel vessel contained a piece of their final weapon, a technology so powerful it could only be used once. As the Void flagship prepared to unmake reality itself, the Sentinel vessels moved into formation. Energy began to flow between them, guided by human consciousness and Watcher Eye working as one. Unity Protocol initiated, Vex announced, its thoughts merging completely with Rhea's. The Watcher's final gift is ready. Reality itself seemed to bend as the Unity Protocol activated. The Void ships, creatures of anti-reality, found themselves trapped in a web of pure existence. The massive energy release forced them back into their own dimension, sealing the barriers between realities. The Void flagship struggled against the protocol, its dark energy warping space around it. But the combined power of human determination and Watcher technology proved stronger. With a flash of light that outshone the sun, the Void ships were banished, the tears in reality sealed. In the aftermath, as damage reports flooded in and celebrations erupted across Earth, Rhea stood on the Starweaver's bridge, still connected to Vex and the other Sentinel eyes. The Watchers chose well, Vex communicated. Humanity has proven itself worthy of their legacy. Rhea looked out at the stars, knowing they were safe now, not just because of ancient technology, but because of the unity between two civilizations, separated by time but united in purpose. What happens now? She asked, though she could feel the answer through their connection. Now we rebuild. We teach. We prepare. The Void Collective will return one day, but they will find both humanity and the Watcher's legacy waiting for them. You are the Guardians now. As the Earth fleet regrouped and began the journey home, Rhea felt the weight of that responsibility, but also its promise. Humanity had faced its greatest challenge and emerged stronger, wiser, unified. The Watcher's legacy would live on through them, guardians of a galaxy it would never again face the darkness alone. The Starweaver's engines hummed as they set course for Earth, its ancient systems now fully integrated with human technology. In the space between stars, a new era had begun, one where humanity would take its place among the greatest civilizations the galaxy had ever known. And in the depths of space, the Sentinel vessels stood watch, their human crews and Watcher AIs united in purpose, ready to face whatever challenges the future might bring. The end.